Hello, everybody. It is the top of the hour, and this is Dottie Berry, your Google Hangout maven, coming to you with the gold nuggets of Power Lead System. I hope that everybody is bringing some friends and prospects who might want to learn about our amazing Power Lead System tonight, because I think you're going to find some training that we do every Tuesday night that can really be helpful to you. Whether you're online or offline, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs to have what we call a lead management system, a contact management system. And what you're going to see beneath, the screen is how to get a 7-day free trial. Because I'm going to tell you, if you watch this tonight and you see what you can have, and you're not interested in a 7-day free trial if you've got a business, something's wrong. I've done something wrong. So anyway, my name is Dottie Berry, and not only am I considered the Google Hangout maven, I like to think of myself as the LinkedIn maven too, because I do training on that, and we've done some here on our Tuesday night Hangouts. Also, I'll show you how easy it is to kind of share different banners. These are what we call custom banners, and they're called the lower thirds. So if you have a business, just think about this. I'm also a consultant, coach, trainer, and speaker. And I'm sorry, that's why I wasn't here last week. I was in Florida meeting with clients. I'm going back there to do some training with the college in April. So there's all kinds of things that people do, with these systems. And one of the things I do is offer training every Tuesday night. So what we're going to be looking at tonight is really some great lead capture pages with video, because, video is where it's at. Now, these are some, let me just say this. Not everybody wants to actually create their own information, their own funnels, okay? That's just the way it is. But if you develop a skill set where you can do that for them, then you can still create income. For instance, I just brought on a couple of new clients who love the system, but they don't have time to create their own funnels. But this is a system for customizing your own. Either you do it yourself or you get somebody to do it. Okay, that's just the way it is. And if you don't do it yourself and you have to pay somebody, that's the choice you make. So these clients are paying me to create their funnels. Now, what I do is, for instance, this page that you are looking at, you get a share code if you're a part of Power Lead System. Now, what does that mean? Well, a share code would enable me to pop up in your window and train the people that you bring into the system. It's sort of like if you have a TV and you turn on the TV on channel 4 or something, you can see it in different homes. Well, if you take the share code that I provide with this training, you can hook it up to your own system, your vehicle, which your vehicle is your domain name or your subdomain name, and you can attach this training page, but it's going to be going to you for the 7-day trial. How cool is that? And if you want to, become a leader, then you can create custom funnels with our systems, share it with other people. Maybe you have a team in network marketing. Maybe you have a team of mortgage brokers, Maybe you have a team of insurance people. Whatever it is, this system can do it. And I think it's just one of the best values out there, because literally for only $30 a month, you can have the whole customizable system for yourself. Now, if you also want to offer it to other people, you can do that for $23.97 a month. I think that's a steal of a deal. I'm telling you, I've said this just about every Hangout training, but if you find a better system that can do everything this system does for the money, please let me know about it. I'll check it out. But it's the truth. There's just no other system that literally enables you to create sales funnels, copy that, and then use that share code with your team or people It doesn't even have to be your team. Let's say you're in a network marketing company, and, for instance, like tonight, all of these people, we have anywhere from 200 to 300 people watching these every Tuesday night. You might not be in Power Lead System with me as an affiliate, and that's okay. I'm here to help you anyway. Although, if you are in a network marketing company and you create a share code that will be a funnel for that company, you might offer that system to somebody who's not even on your team in the network marketing company. And so you become a valuable resource for them. So I hope that you see there's so much that you can do. But let's just get right down to it, okay? Let me take you and screen share here. And, you know, let me just say how good it is to have everybody on here tonight, because I missed you all last week. I might have been in Florida meeting with clients and walking on the beach a little bit. It's kind of interesting. I did this Facebook post, and I said, instead of where's Waldo, where's Dottie? And I'm telling you what, just making a picture of your feet, standing on the beach, it brought so much engagement. It's kind of crazy sometimes the things that will do that. But anyway, let me get right on here and start doing a little screen share, because I'm going to take you right over and go to my web pages and screen share here. All right, you should be able to see that. Now I'm going to go over here. All right, so when we're in the back here, let me just move down here. I'm going to go and I'm going to show you one. I'm going to let you listen to the video, because this is one that I've already set up. I'm going to show you each part of the funnel, and I'm going to explain to you why I chose it and how I created it, okay? And then on the fly, I'm going to go create a new lead capture page and put in front of all the other pages, all right? So here we go. This is one of my clients and wanted me to create this, so let's just do it.
What you want to do is twist off the top. You want to squirt out a very small amount. Flip the lid over and reseal it, so you can use this file 2 or 3 more times. Is tap a very, very thin layer. I'm just tapping a very thin layer on her skin, but you want to leave it about 10 or 15% damp on the skin. Do not rub it all the way in, because the product works as it's drying, so you want it to allow it to do this.
Okay, I'm going to start a timer. I can't see the...
You haven't seen anything yet.
You can use Instantly Ageless before or after your makeup. First of all, you want to do all your preventative maintenance and all the good stuff first.
What do you say? What are you thinking?
Now, I am going to take that off. I want to make sure you're looking here. Now, the reason I wanted to show that to you is because that is for one of my clients, okay? And what was my thought process behind this? Well, my thought process was to use a big video in the back, because as I created that, I absolutely wanted those eyes to come up right underneath that lead capture box. Now, I turned that off because that video will keep playing. So how did I create? Well, let me show you the other pieces first. So when I edited it here, I went right in here, and what I did was I took off anything that was above enter your best email. And I just created a little button, I want free samples, okay? And if I had this longer here, this box right here, it would have continued to cover it up. I wanted it to kind of be a little mystique going back there, okay? But I wanted, because I watched the video, so you have to do your research. I had to watch the video for my client and work back and forth while I was creating this a little bit to make sure that the eyes came up right here. Now, I would say if anybody saw that, there's hardly any way somebody wouldn't, you know, get free samples out of that. And that's what we want. But now here's the deal. They want free samples. Why did I lead with just an email? Because let's say that they go to the free samples page. I'm going to show it to you here. This is the free samples page. And what do I have? I have another video there for them. But it just says these free samples will change your life. So I'm trying to, you know, really set this up for my client. And then I have an opt-in box that has their name, their email, their phone number, their cell phone address. Because you know what? If you're going to get free samples, you got to give up what? Something of value so that they can get it to you. But what if somebody gets to this point and they decide not to put in that information and get their samples? Well, I would suggest that most people by this time are probably going to be all in. They want their samples. But even if they don't, think about this. Think about the mindset behind how I'm creating this sales funnel. They will at least, you will have their email, and you can have an autoresponder set up that does a drip campaign, you know, so that they see some videos. Maybe every couple of days, you're sending them a video on men using this, women using this, you know, time after time, showing the distinction of how this works. So now it says my name right there just because I had to set this up on my site to show him. Does that make sense? In other words, I will set it up on mine because I'm creating it here, and then I will use a share code so that he can use it on his system. All right. But first I have to create it, because if it's my client, I got to be in the creation mode of it. And then that's the value of the share code. I can just do the share code, hook their domain name up to it or whatever. But his name, and picture will be right there, because when I do the share code, and for his team too, then it'll replicate anybody's right there. So this is what's really powerful. Now, then the next part of the funnel that I did was I went over here, and the third page was right here. I created, I used one of their videos, had one of our nice PLS backgrounds in that. And this is actually about the opportunity for people to create wealth if they want to do that rather than just buy the product. And then when it clicks on join now, it goes right to his page. Okay. So I did this so I could show him, and he loved it. You know, he absolutely loved it. But let me show you what else I'm going to do here. Let me show you what we can do different. Now, let me just make sure it's showing up there. Yes, it is. When I'm doing a Hangout by myself, I kind of have to go back and forth just to make sure it's still showing up in the Hangout box, because it's up on two screens here. So I want to show you, first of all, where I went to create that. So it's really exciting. And I want you all to be looking at these two funnels, and I want you to let me know, which lead capture page do you like best? Okay, we're going to call that one lead capture page. Let's just call it number one. Okay, we'll just call it number one for our purposes, because in the chat box down there, okay, in the chat box down there, I'm going to ask you all to let me know which one you like best. I'm going to communicate that to my client and say, hey, we took a little poll with the Tuesday night training, and this is what they said. So pay close attention to that. And by the way, as you're down there, give some good chat and go up there to the social share buttons and tell people, get on here and see how this video is being used. Now, let me go and show you where this page, the original, came from. I'm going to go to create web pages. I wanted a custom template. I wanted one that used an opt-in survey form. Now look, I want you to look at this right here. Can you believe that this right here is what I took? It's got a video background though. Do you see what I'm saying? But this is what you look at. So you have to know that anything here can be changed. Okay, that typing in there, it's just typing. The background can be changed. So what I did was I simply chose this, and I want you to see what it looks like. Okay, it says, let's just see, you can get with just an email. All right, you can get it where they have to put in their name, email, and phone number, or just the email. This is just the email. The first one is name and email. So think about it. I just captured the email for him to show him this, you know, sample, to say, hey, here's what we can do. And just think about it. If we do a share code, you can offer this to your whole team, done for you sales funnels, because isn't that worth it to save yourself some time? It's going to be great. But I had these three choices, but just think about this. Let's just look at one. Let me just choose one here. Oh, I didn't mean to choose that. I want to go back. Let me see if I can just go back. I want to view it first. I want to show you. All right, now think about it. This is what the video looks like right now. This one is enter your name, your email, and phone number. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, on the front end of this, I would not ask for that information. Again, on the front end, I'm just going to get their email to see what they're interested in. They're going to click on I want samples. And then to get the samples, they're going to have to give up the other information. It's as simple as that. Most of the time when you're doing cold market, people will not give up their phone number just for the heck of it on an opt-in page. Now you give them samples, they're going to give up what they need to give up if they want it. But think about this. I took this and what I created was that video you saw just a minute ago. Pretty powerful, huh? So I'm going to close that right now. But that's all I would do. I would just choose one of those like right here. And that's how I started. And when I went in here, I had to go into edit text and I had to take this off. See, I took off all the writing. Think about it. You saw what I did. I took off all the writing. Now, if I had done like this and made it go further down with more space here, you would have seen those eyes behind here. But what I wanted was I wanted it coming up right there, right here as the video ended. And I wasn't using that other information as well. So then in order to change the video, I had to click on source. And then what I had to do is I had to go, now on a Mac, it's Command F. I don't know if you can, there's a little box that pops up here. I think it's Control F on the PC, but I just type in YouTube. Okay. So the YouTube was coming up there, and let me see if I have to. So when I get the YouTube up, then I'm going to just replace the video in here, okay? That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to take out what's already in there. Now, right now on this one, I'm going to have to go back over here, all right? If I want to edit background right there, you can put in your own YouTube video, okay? And that's what I did, all right? Because look at it right here when I go to edit text, video's not in there. Video's in the background. Sometimes the videos are within the text, but what I wanted you to see is it's not there right now. Now, I didn't save where I took that writing off, but I could type anything in there. You know, all I have to do is start typing. If I wanted something in there, I didn't want something. If I wanted to save it, I'd have to go down here and save. But let's go back to where we actually edit this. So if you want to use your own YouTube video, I go right here. And what I did was I went over to the YouTube and I was able to get the code from the one he provided. And I just needed those digits of the YouTube video. All right. Now, if you know, up in the browser for YouTube, let me just go and show you real quick. Let me make sure it's still showing up in here. There it is. Okay, so let's just say I was going to my channel and I was going to Video Manager. And I was going to go just whatever. Let's say I was going to go here and I'm going to stop that. Okay, this is all I'm trying to get is right there. That's all I need to come back over here and put that right there. And that's what I did with that video for my client, okay? Now, look how easy that was to make it. And it looks pretty darn good, you know, not pretty darn good, it looks great. But I'm going to show you how to do another one on the fly here. So I'm going to go to Create Web Pages with a custom template, one that uses an opt-in form. Now this time, this is one of my favorite ones right here, okay? And I like it because you can use a survey appearing on a time delay. See, above here, it tells you what they do. But if you don't know, just click on it. That's all you do. Click on it and view it. So what am I going to do again? I'm going to look at what is provided here. Now, this particular one, all right, is going to ask for maybe some more information. So let's just see here, view. We're going to view that one. It's going to ask for the name and email, I believe, on that one. Okay. And you look at it and you go, hey, do I like that one? Do I like another one? You've got, so let's just see. And I can go, I'll just put here, test for PLS, oops, test for PLS Tuesday night. Okay. So when I have that particular box, okay, I have to select my video location. I have to edit the basics. I'm in the basics right now. So for our purposes right now, I'm not going to assign it a domain name right now. I'm not going to assign it an autoresponder. I just want you to see what it looks like with a different lead capture page that would lead to the same other two pages, okay? So let's just look right here. If I wanted my survey to only show up under the video after how long? Well, that's up to you. That video, I think, is about 40 seconds. So I want to keep them in suspense, okay? So I'm going to put 40 seconds, all right? And I will save that part. And I'm not going to lead it right now to another. Well, let me just go over here, though. Let me just go over here, and I'll go get this. This page right here, that second page with the free samples, let me just go get that link. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here where I'm showing you, and I'm going to put it to go right there, okay? I'm going to send it to that samples page. So I'm just going to save that right now. Now, here I am, and I've got to have a banner. So I'm going to go, okay. Let me go choose a file. And I'm going to go here. And I kind of snagged one. I just went to the website, and I'm going to submit that. And sometimes it takes a second for it to show up. So if I scroll down through here, because I've got a lot of different ones, as you can imagine, after creating lots and lots and lots of banners, I'm going to see if I see it. And if I don't see it, I'm just going to close it and click on it again. The reason is sometimes it takes, you know, just closing it and popping it back open. So I'm going to close it, and I'm going to go right back to it. And it's going to be here somewhere. I just kind of have to scroll down until I find it. That's just the bottom line. So I'm just going to scroll down here until I see that particular one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So you see how I've got this banner up there. Now that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And then, do I want a headline here? I don't know. Now, I'm already seeing, you know, I don't know if I like the lighter. Maybe I would have wanted to choose the black here. This asks for name and email. That's fine. They're still going to have to give up the other stuff in order to get the samples. But I'm just going to put here, this is a PLS test. Okay? And I'm going to click OK just to show you what that looks like. You see how easy that is? Now, the video is going to show here, but we haven't put it in there yet. We also are going to have to put something there, and we might say, now's the time to get your free samples. Okay? I can take that, and I can go like that, center it, and I'll put OK. See? You see, all it is typing into these templates. Sign up now. That's not what we're wanting. Okay. Now I can go over here and I can go, I want samples. Now look at that. I want samples. Okay, you got this, you've got that, and then I'm going to go to the next part. It says set the background. Well, let's see. I don't know if I want that or not. You know, maybe I want something now. Since this other part is light, you know, the box, that's still a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? It's not quite the color you want. See how I just changed it there? Went with the lighter color, and then I had to save it. If I don't save it, that background's not going to save. So now I'm going to go to select video location. Now I have to go this time, and rather than just using those 11 digits, I'm going to have to actually use the embed code on this particular lead capture page. Now, how do I know that? Well, I'm going to put, I want to use a video from another website. And when I save that, it's going to show me, look, you got to use the embed code. So I'm going to start it automatically. And I've already gone over here and saved it in a little notepad, okay? Kind of just wanted to not waste too much of your time by having to search for that. And I am going to paste that right in there. Now I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go view it. So here we are again.
What you want to do is twist off the top. You want to squirt out a very small amount.
And we're just going to see when this
Flip the lid over
box
and
pops
reseal
up.
it. So you can use
Because I might
this file
look
2
at
or
it
3 more times.
and go, you know what?
Is tap
I want that a little bit different.
very thin layer. I'm just tapping a very thin layer on her skin, but you want to leave it about 10 or 15% damp on the skin. Do not rub it all the way in because the product works as it's drying, so you want it to allow it to do
Okay,
this.
you see
I'm
how
going to
that-
start a timer. I can't see the.
You haven't seen anything yet.
You can use Instantly just before or after your makeup. First of all, you want to do all your preventative maintenance and all the good stuff first.
So now the difference is I can stop that video. The other one is a loop. It'll play over and over again. So think about that. I've got 2 different types of things. And let me make sure that you're still seeing this on the Hangout, because yes, I see that it's in there. So right here, you can look at it and you go, do you like the lighter? Do you like, you know, it kind of blends in somewhat. It's just a little bit different, but it kind of goes with that. So I'm going, that's not too bad. So somebody can stop it. You know, we would take off this as a PLS test. But do you see how easy that is and how we picked up the lighter background here? You can create these any way you want. But I'm going to have to put in my name and my email and enter the code. Make sure it's a real person. And then it's going to click to, I want samples. Now, this is what you do. You check it to make sure it works. Make sure it's going to the correct place. So let's see if it does. See, I've done this before, so just continue to tour. Let's see if we've got it linked up to the right place. Okay, now that shows you right there that that is not the right place, okay? So let's close that. And we're going to go back here. We're going to go, okay, where was this going? We've got it right there. We're going to go back to Edit Basics. And this is how you test it. I'm trying to show you that, you know, lots of times you're going to have something here that doesn't hook up right. And you're going, okay, where do you want to, after clicking on the survey. Now, we've got to figure out why this is not going to the correct place, because you want it going. So right there, I don't often see it. It's usually up here. So we've got to figure out why is that not going to that correct place after they opt in. So that'll be something that I go back and I test and I test. And I'm wanting to show you live exactly how it works, okay? Because let me make sure that we've got all the things saved here. Because this is what I do all the time. I go, okay, why is that one not working? You go back here, you test it, you see that it's the correct site. Let me just see. I might have had a wrong page in there. I'm going to go see if it'll come up right. Okay, that page is coming up. So that just, that just goes to show you, sometimes you're looking at it, using, this is where I want them to go after the survey. It might take a refreshing, So here's what I'm going to do again. I'm just going to go over here. I want to make sure that we're still on here. Okay, there we are. So the first thing I want to ask you, though, all right, let's just go here. Make sure. Now, this is where it will be. Test the link. Now, that page is not going to opt in for a few seconds, as you know. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm just going to say, okay, what if you wanted it to pop up immediately? Okay. You would go here and put, I want my survey to show up with no delay. All right. So you can have it no delay. If you come here. Now, oftentimes, if you've got a custom one and it comes to this point and you don't click on there again, it won't still be there at the end. So I'm just going to go here and go, I want samples. Okay. I can change again. I can change the background if I want. I can go here. I've got my video. I can go here to review. And let's just see if the pop-up box, if it's not holding the cookies. Okay, so you see it pops up immediately. So let's just see why this is not going to the page. It's not, I've never seen that happen before, but there's always a first time for everything. I want samples. And this one I should have not received before. Okay,
in the
so
next
this
few
is
moments,
still going to this one. So we got to figure that out. And I honestly have not seen that happen. So I'm going to have to do some testing of that to say, hey, why is that going over there? Using the domain where you want prospects to go, completing the survey. We've got it in there. So that's going to take some checking to find out why is that doing that. Set a domain to use with this page. That's where you set up your custom domain. Your autoresponder goes here. And to be quite honest, I don't have an answer for that right now. I've never seen that happen when you put in, unless it's got a, I could have a space in there. Let me try this. I'm going to tell you, these are little things. Oops, let me go there. Because if you have an extra space in there, and I could have, because see, I copied that. So I could have picked up an extra space. I'm going to go there again. I'm going to go to review. I'm going to see. Because at this point, now you see what I was saying a minute ago, if you didn't go with that custom one, when you went to that second step, that it wouldn't show up. It'll still let you click on it, but that's not going to be there. So I'm going to try this again. I think it's still going to go there.
In the next few moments, I'm going to...
This is going to be interesting. This is one that's stumping me right now. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is why I do it live and go, hey, let's figure it out. But this is the basics of setting up another different type of, website to where it's going. And you can set up your autoresponder. Now, the main thing I wanted to do this for was to find out which lead capture page do you like the best? Do you like the one, let me go back over here. Do you like the one where it looks like this? And next week, I will tell you what the answer to that is. On the fly right here, I mean, this happens all the time, folks, when you're setting up things. You test and test, you put in a link, something doesn't work right, because that's the link I was using right there on that second one. Okay, this right here. Do you like this page best with the big video behind here? Okay.
You want to squirt out.
I want free samples where the eyes come right in under here. And you can use both. And what you want to do is you want to split test, okay? This is the other one. I'm going to click on in. And here's what's interesting. If we go here and we go to edit, this is the basic page. Now, I want you to see what I'm seeing different. Remember when I said it doesn't usually show up down here? It looks to me like there is something tripped up in that lead capture page that I used just in, because normally it's right out here to the right. Do you see that difference? And in that other one, we'll go back here, and it's down here for some reason. So it's creating some kind of space right now, because this is the same link, lead it to another website after the opt-in. So let's go back to the one we created, and that's right here. So this is the other one. And you're going to see that missing right now. As I've showed you and as I told you, you're going to have to go right here and go edit. Now, do you see, again, do you see how this is thrown in down here? There's something happening right there. And I noticed that because it wasn't in the normal place. And I really can't tell you right now why that is, but there's something that has happened in just the general page. So that would have to be figured out if I was going to use it. And as Neil says, sometimes we'll be talking on Skype, well, what's going on with this one? He'll say, you know what? Sometimes it's easier just to go create a new page. So sometimes that's what I'll do here. But I want you to just think in terms of which page do you like best. Now, right here with the edit the text, this is what I'm telling you. When it gets to that point, you have to go back here and just put, I want samples, okay? Save it. You see it? You go to the next, background, no changes there. Video, no changes there. Review, and you go to it. We've kept it on the no delay. So you see, I want samples. Only thing we would need to do is take that out. So I'm going to go back up here because, anytime something like that happens, I go, well, that's interesting. Wonder how that's happening. I'm going to go and I'm going to grab another one, I'm just going to say, hey, what happened here? Let me choose this one. See, same thing again, putting it down there. But let's just try it again. I'm going to see what might be the issue, because I can't see any other thing right now. Because we're just telling when using the domain, you know what, maybe it's kicking it because I haven't chosen a domain. That's probably what it is. I'm saying do not assign a domain at this time. Of course. See, there's always little things. I'll bet you that's it, not that it's down here. So let me choose one, okay? I'm just going to, hey, I'll just go down here and choose with Coach V. I'm going to choose test for Janess. That's probably it, because I wasn't wanting to have to choose a domain name because I get so many in here and then I've got to go delete them. But we'll do that right there. Okay. I'm going to save that and I'm going to go back up here. It's just the littlest thing sometimes. I'm just going to be real curious. It's probably because I didn't assign a domain name. We'll see. Shouldn't have never seen that do it, but okay, this time I'm just going to take it all out. Not going to put anything in there. I'm going to put okay. Okay. Isn't it time to look ageless? I don't know. I say I worked hard for these wrinkles. Anyway, okay, I'm going to put okay. And I'm going to put, did I spell ageless right? Yeah, I'm going to put I want samples. All right. I'm going to be curious. I've never kind of had that happen. Right here, I'm going to go to set background. Now, remember that was a little bit different a while ago, and I just clicked on it like that, saved it. Oh, video location. I have to go back and get a video location again. So least you're getting to see this over and over. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to grab that. And what we're really talking about tonight is how to use video and optimize those lead capture pages with video. Personally, I like to use ones that I shoot on the Google Hangout platform because that gives extra SEO, but it's still good either way you do it. If you, especially on something like this can be very, very effective when you have this kind of video. If you, if it's something else, sometimes without a video, lead capture page can be more effective. It depends on your situation. So let's view this. It's like drum roll time. If that doesn't work, I'm going to be very interested. Ah, there it is. Hallelujah.
Well, inside, I feel like I'm 25
Oh
years
my
old.
goodness. Isn't that funny? Sometimes, because when I go through, I'm just kind of always setting my domain name, and that's a good lesson. Okay. Let's go back to lessons here, because that's what it's all about. Lessons would be, you give the page a name, but since I'm just showing you, sometimes on this, I'm going to put test for Janess. I think that's the way you pronounce it. Anyway, so I give it a name. You choose an autoresponder when you're going to do it. You choose your survey. So you really just go step by step. In trying to get you to see these two distinctly different lead capture page, I was kind of rushing over and I didn't want to have to give it a domain, but that's exactly why that didn't work. Isn't that a great lesson though? I mean, when you do these things on the fly and you're trying to get as much as you can in the time frame of training, it just shows you how easy it is for one little thing to trip up. I thought maybe it was because this was coming in down here and we were getting spaces. And true, sometimes when you copy, if you have an extra space in there, that's what'll be the trip up. But this time, it was just because I had not assigned it the domain name. So there you go. That fixed it. And, you know, that's all good to go now. So here's what I'm going to do. I want you to write down there which lead capture page you like the best. And I want you to say whether you like it with a time delay on the second one. So let's do it this way. I'm going to go back now. Let me just go back here to our actual Hangout page. And I'm going to stop the screen share. Let me stop the screen share. Okay. I'm going to come back. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to say, hey, Coach B, sure is good to see that you miss things too. Because I do. You know, I'm just like you. That's what you need to know. I work on these things. Little things can trip you up. You saw something right there. When you do things on the fly and you do it right here, see, if that had been happening and I was just working on it, I'd be going, okay. And I would figure out what I had done. It probably wouldn't have happened because I would have been setting up my domain, okay? So that's really important to know. So let's look at this. I want in the chat box down there, and I'll probably go back there in just a minute because I'd like to see if you have any questions. But in the chat box, I want you to say, hey, did you like video capture page number 1 with the big video in the back where the eyes just came up underneath it? Or did you like lead capture page number 2? And on number 2, did you like it with a delay box or with no delay box? See, here's the thinking behind a delay box. If you can just keep them focused on that video, whatever it is, then they're not worried about, do I have to opt in? See, sometimes that opt-in box can kind of distract people. They're like, oh yeah, they want my name and email. But here's the thing. If you give them something of value, they're going to give you something of value. And that is their name and their email. And in this case, if somebody wanted samples from my client, then, you know, they're going to give up the address and all that good stuff. So let's just see. I'm going to go right now over on the page, and I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to go back to screen share, and I'm going to go over here. Now I'm just going to see if we've got any questions that I can answer from anybody, okay? I'm going to go right back over here. I'm going to go to my, I'm actually going to go to mine. This may look a little bit different than yours. This is mine for my team because I have a few, but the chat box and everything you see. Okay, let me see here. So how about if you've got any questions on this, put them in there, okay? Because we want to know what you're wondering about, all right? Okay, who we got here? Who we got here? And also I want to draw your attention to use the share code that I provided there so that you can have your own page. Hey, Amy, how you doing? I see you there. Okay, so give me some feedback if you like one of those. Now, we have a lot of people that watch this later, but I'm going to tell you, by the time next week comes, it'll be anywhere from a couple of hundred people up to 300 people sometimes that have seen this training. Not everybody can come live, but they do come and watch the recordings when they can. So I don't see any particular question, but I do want to see somebody say which of those, if you're watching this later, please let me know which of these lead capture pages you like best, and I'll pass that on to my client. Obviously, we will be creating probably 2 or 3. I'm going to come back here off screen share. We will be creating 2 or 3 lead capture pages and split testing those, because that's what you want to do. And then by doing that, you can find out, hey, if you're running traffic, which is the most effective. Now, Amy was asking me this week, okay, so help me understand. I've done affiliate marketing in the past, but, you know, building the list and all. So let me just quickly explain it. You got 2 parts here that make this system go. You've got the customized lead capture pages. That's just one part of it. That is like, your vehicle there, but your vehicle, just like a car, no matter how great it is, if it's a Ferrari, it's not going to run without gas. And your funnel is not going to do anything without traffic, okay, the gas. So once you create that link, then my client will either be, you know, doing Facebook ads to drive traffic to the funnel. And what you hope that that funnel does, it makes them go through that and give you the desired result. What is the desired result? The desired result is that you have very good leads and prospects who have the potential of doing business with you. Now, it's just like anything else. If you go to a buffet and you had the best food in the world, you know, think about a cruise ship. I don't care how good the food is. Not everybody likes the same dessert. You could have cherry pie there, and not everybody's going to choose cherry pie. Not everybody's going to choose apple pie, but some are going to choose cherry and some are going to choose apple. It's the same way here. Not everybody's going to choose your product, your service, your whatever. But if you do a good job with your funnel of walking them through the value proposition of what you have to offer, and then when they come into your funnel, you pay attention to them and you email them and you give them value, then you have a good chance of converting them from a lead, a prospect, into a paying customer, okay? So just take the samples that my client is giving out. If somebody gets the samples and they like the results, they're going to order the product, right? And as my client builds the list and is attentive to them with giving them information about their skin or about whatever and how he can help them, they're more likely to stay a client. So think about your business right now. Think about what you're doing. And think about building a sales funnel that highlights what you do best, okay? Now, not all companies have samples or something like that. You might be doing something totally different, all right? So, but whatever your value proposition is, you've got to create the funnel around the value proposition. And then once the person opts into your list, you have to communicate with them. I tell people it's kind of like this. If you're in a relationship and you just have a brand new relationship and you take off for 3 years and think that when you come back, you're still going to be in a relationship or you're still going to be married, you're either going to find yourself out of that relationship or divorced, okay? So when you have the opportunity to bring somebody into your list, make sure that you treat them well. Treat them like somebody coming to your home. You want to pay attention to them. So anyway, I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope you see how easy it is to make one little glitch and then have something not work. It's sort of like in your house. If you've got electricity and all of a sudden your lights in one part of the house aren't working, it's usually some little something. Maybe a wire got disconnected. And once you connect that up, it works fine again. So how you get the traffic going into the funnel can be many different ways. In our back office, we have tons of ways. You can buy traffic. You can do Facebook marketing. We have free ad secrets. You know, we've got a course back there. We've got a course back in Power Lead System on Facebook marketing. Tremendous course. It's only $497. You might say, only? Well, let me tell you, there's many courses out there that are much more than that. And they're not as good as this one because they don't keep up with the changes in Facebook, and Facebook changes every week. The great thing about the course we have is that Jeff Mills, who created it, he's always keeping that updated. We have a Facebook group where you can ask questions. So these are the kind of things that you're going to get out of Power Lead System, not just the ability to create custom sales funnels, but the ability to have courses, all right, for your own use. And then the ability, if you have that course, to make $400 off that Facebook course, for example, of people who come directly with you. So there's great, great value here, whether you're online or offline. The key is building your list, paying attention to your list, because the value of your list over the life of that lead is $1 per lead per month on average. So I want you to think about that. If you build to a list of 10,000, then you are probably going to be able to make that list be your ATM machine, okay? And that doesn't mean that everybody buys everything. And that doesn't mean they'll buy from you if you're not attentive to them. But that means if, just like offline, if you create a situation where you are somebody they know, like, and trust, when you offer them something, they're going to know it's the real deal, that they can count on you. And when you do that, they'll come in and they'll buy product after product from you. If you get that list of 20,000, 30,000, 4,000, everybody starts somewhere. So wherever you're at, start today and be committed to building a list that is going to really help you, help them, be of value. And as you create value, you create income for yourself. That's pretty good, isn't it? And with the Power Lead System, of course, you can create hangouts like this. We've done so much training, you know, over the last year and a half. It's all available for you, and I look forward to seeing you each Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you next week. Good night, everybody.